So, you're new to Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. You've watched a bunch of Jinxie videos and you just jumped into your first game and thought to yourself, what is even going on? There's gadgets flying everywhere, people are shooting holes in the walls with shotguns, grenades blowing up, holes in the walls, the ceiling, and the floor. You're just completely discombobulated. Well, this is going to be my top 10, in no specific order, tips and tricks for beginner players that I wish I knew when I started. So let's get into it. All right, guys, so tip number 1 is going to be no red pinging on cameras, and that's going to apply whether you're talking about in your drone, and that's going to be your, on PC it will be your X ability. I don't know what it is on the other consoles, but we only want a yellow ping like this. See, there's someone on 4 ping. Nice kill. So just like that, if I would have red pinged that guy, he would have got notified, said opponent has been identified, opponent, something like that. Pops up big red letters on your screen. Do not red ping. That is the first and main step. All right, guys, so the second point we're going to go with here is going to be, you don't always necessarily have to jump in the first window you drone. So like right here, I'm going to drone. There's someone watching that window. I don't have to push that window. I can push somewhere else. I know down low is clear. So I'm just going to go ahead and go down low because I have a drone down low. So I'm going to go down low instead. All right, so tip number 3 is kind of a different one. It's kind of a weird one that you probably won't see in most beginner tips, but this is something that I didn't realize until I started looking at it. If you go to the main menu, operator menu, to set up your attachments, the silencer isn't always the best option. So look at your recoil pattern and judge it based off of your gameplay. If your recoil control is really, really good, well, then I wouldn't worry so much about your recoil and go suppressor if you want to be silent. So as you can see in this, if you put a suppressor on and you look in the bottom right of your screen, the recoil is literally off of the charts. A little bit better with the compensator, a little bit better with the muzzle brake, but with the flash hider, the grouping I've noticed is the closest, the smallest, and the best. So I've been trying to get everything back onto the flash hiders unless it's kind of like a sneaky operator, but that's just my 2 cents. Might be an off opinion from some other people, but take it as you will. All right, guys, so number 4 on the list is another one that a lot of copper players and new players don't really do, and it's just drone. It's simple. You got one in your back pocket, you start with another one, and then you can swing on kids like this. All right, guys, so tip number 4 is going to be calling out locations, and that's just something that just takes time, takes a little bit of learning, and I'm still getting better at it. Not necessarily that good, but if you look right above your compass in the bottom middle of your screen, it says exterior APC area. That is the location in which you're currently at. So if you look now, it says exterior side street, APC area. What's this building called? This is still the APC area. Well, let's say I take this drone and I run it right in through this front door. So this is back porch. This is first floor TV room. So very helpful when you're just sitting on cams trying to help out your teammates. So, hey guys, Destroyer here. I was in the editing phase and kind of realized that I had messed up my numbering. I'll have pictures and stuff up on the screen. Feel free to make fun of me in the comments. I look forward to seeing all those comments. Hope you guys are enjoying the video. If you are, drop a like on it. Subscribe. Hey, we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Tip number 5 is going to be just a little bit obvious, I guess you could call it. It's just learning your operators. And it seems like a very broad statement, so let me narrow it down a little bit for you. When you're first starting out Rainbow Six Siege, learn a few operators on attack and defense. I'm talking 2, maybe 3. Get very used to them, learn their abilities, when's a good time to use their abilities, plays you can make with their abilities. So let's say a lion scan, it makes it so you can't move for 2 seconds. So what you're going to want to do is throw a flashbang, hit your lion scan, at the same exact time. And what that's going to do is either force the player not to move when you jump in and be flashed, or it's going to force the player to get off of that flash and get away from you, which is either A, going to clear the room, or it will make them move, it will live ping them, and then you know exactly where they're at. So learning a few main operators is a very, very important part of this. And all right, guys, this is going to be part number 7. It's going to be checking cams. I believe checking cams is probably one of the most important things on defense. You're going to be able to see people when you're dead that they're not going to be able to see, and then they don't have to stop shooting them to try and figure out where they're at. So all right, guys, point number 8 is kind of an obvious one, but a lot of new players don't fully understand how important it is. And it's as simple as just using your abilities. If you don't know where to put a cap can, isn't having a random cap can in some random place better than not having one at all? So I don't know this map at all, but I'm just gonna throw a bunch of weird random cap cans just in a bunch of weird random spots, because the more utility you use, the more kills you're gonna get. That's just plain and simple.
Guys, it's only 8.
All right, guys, and tip number 9 is going to be reinforce and make rotates. And this seems like a weird one for a beginner player to understand. And the biggest thing I want you to understand is that you don't understand. So don't reinforce off every single wall. Don't blow holes open in every single wall. Communicate with your team. And if your team isn't talking, a good rule of thumb that I follow is reinforce one wall on the right and leave the wall on the left soft, and blow a couple holes like eye level or so that you can see through the breakable wall, but you still have a reinforced wall to kind of hide behind so that you don't die. This may be a controversial subject because I haven't looked too far into it, but that's what I've done as a new player so that I don't ruin other people's Mira games or ruin other people's rotations and stuff like that. So take that with a grain of salt, but that is my tip number 9. And guys, tip number 10 is kind of the most important tip when it comes to being a new player in this game. Slow down, breathe, and listen. Hearing is probably your biggest friend in this game, and a lot of your friends and teammates will make it so you can't hear. And lastly, I'd just like to wrap up this little video with saying Rainbow Six Siege is not a Call of Duty, Battlefield, Fortnite, run and gun. Aim is key. You can do no wrong. As long as you got good aim, you're good to go. Rainbow Six Siege is chess, and every other shooter game really is checkers. And if you think about it like this, okay, so there's 34 defenders, 35 attackers. So you got to imagine every single operator on the defense and the attacking side are kind of countering each other. Certain characters counter other characters. You need to learn that. The operators have different abilities that make it so other operators' abilities don't work. You need to learn that. It is very, very in-depth. I'm about 200 hours into this game, and I still just am barely scratching the surface. These are just some of the tips that have helped me to learn and get better and start to just see more and more improvements and understand how the game works. The other thing is, don't get frustrated. The maps are very confusing. There's multiple levels, multiple bomb sites. Everything is breakable. You can get shot through almost anything. Give it some time, enjoy the game, and forget everything you learned at Call of Duty and Fortnite and Battlefield, and enjoy Rainbow Six Siege and all the complexity that it has. And have fun out there, gamers. We'll talk to you guys in the next one. If you guys like the video, subscribe, like the video, share it with your friend. I stream on YouTube. Just moved over from Twitch. YouTube's going to be Monday, Wednesday, or not Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. Wednesdays is going to be 2-3 hour stream. Probably Friday's going to be like 6-7 hours. They're going to start between 6 and 7 Mountain Standard Time. I'd be happy to see you guys there. And if you guys enjoy this kind of content, I got more tips that are going to be kind of in the works as we're talking. We're going to be having operator explanations and stuff for beginners, because I'm also a beginner. So let's learn together. Let's build a community of new people. We've all been watching Jinxie. He's obviously the GOAT. He revived this game. I never played it before. It is one of the best games I've ever played in my life. Let's learn together. Let's get better. Let's rank up. Let's all get to champion, baby. We deserve it. We deserve it. Hey, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.